Shalom, family. Glory be to God, and blessed be the Lamb. May God be with you on your wake up as you journey through the remainder of your day. Be safe out there. Keep your head up. Ain't nothing to be ashamed about. There's nothing for you to be ashamed of. The shit going on around you now is beyond shame. And you ain't got nothing to do with it. The majority of us have nothing to do with it. The vast majority of us, overwhelmingly, have nothing to do with this. Like I was speaking on a few days ago, on the moral equivalency between Hamas and Israel, or the IDF, which is Israel. Israel has a situation where you are conscripted into the military by a certain age, both the men and women, by law. You have to go and kill Palestinians by law. You have to go kill men, women, and children by law, even if you don't want to. If you don't do it, you can end up in court or jail. In Israel, this democracy in the middle of a geographical area that has no democracies, quote unquote. As I was saying a few days ago, the International Court has issued arrest warrants for certain members of the Israeli government and the Hamas government. But that's secondary. That's going nowhere. We all know this. Let me just tell you a little secret. The Palestinians have a right, an expressed right, through international law, to resist occupation, to achieve self-determination. Period. So while everybody is focused on October 7th, let us not forget how this all got started. See, one thing I know about Westerners is that they're quick to act like something didn't happen. Hurry up and get past it. And then when you speak on it years later, it's history now. That's old news. But that was their fucking plan all along. Excuse my French. Or was that French? Or was that good old American lingo? So that means that these officials can't travel in any signatory to the United Nations or the ICC or the ICJ. 124 different countries have been authorized to, as soon as they see that man, throw him on the ground and throw some handcuffs on him. If you want to, kick him in the ribs. Kick him in the ribs and bring him in. We're going to do him the same way. He was resisting arrest. How was he resisting? He was talking too damn much, trying to tell us who he is, as if we don't know. Is not he the one on the ground? Is not he the one in handcuffs? Yet he tells us who he is, so we kicked him in the ribs. That shut him up. Arrogant piece of shit. That shut him up. Bring him and his suit and his money and his power and put it in his motherfucking jail cell. I shouldn't have said that. I'm going to have to clean this up because this is postable. I don't want to mess it up too much where I have to edit and re-edit and take out the curse words, and which I'm going to end up doing anyway because I'm passionate about what I believe in. And right now I'm believing in life over death. See, these men believe that they're untouchable. They only believe in the power that man has conferred upon man, as if it matters at this late stage of the game. I should tell Israel this: it does not matter what you do, how many people you kill. Your destiny has been written. Your end has been written. There is no way out of your end. You do understand that, right? So why you make men, women, and children pay for your actions in terms of death, damage, destruction, mayhem, violence, with complete callous disregard for your actions that you cannot maintain or enforce? This is why they die. This is why they die. So you think that, I believe, you may correct me if I'm wrong. Please do. Sometimes I am. It's a rare thing, though. So move quick on it, because sometimes I can make even my wrong right. So if you have a dispute, you have to move fast. See, you have to think about this here, man. On the other side of the water, you have their counterparts in the United States saying the most obscene things. I've heard everything from we should sanction the ICJ to the men who now have executable warrants saying that the prosecutors and the judges of the ICJ should fear for their lives if they travel. Man, this is gangsterism at its finest. It's the same thing. You know what? It's like telling someone on the streets. I mean, man, this is so basic. I mean, it's street level, man, at this point. Don't come in my neighborhood if someone do something to you. You see what I'm saying? Stay off the south side. Nigga, you from the south side, stay off the north side. If you a Crip, it's Crip territory. Stay the fuck up out of here. It's the same thing. And we respect it because of their power conferred upon each other with money, paid for with money. The people who support Israel are down with money. Listen, this is easy, folks. Because they don't believe in anything. Will they still be in support of Israel without AIPAC? Will they still be in support of Israel without the ADL, the ACLU? In fact, would they still be, would AIPAC still be the same without campaign finance reform that made it legal for them to give unlimited amounts of money? They were wanting me to explain that law, but I'm not. If you want to explain it further, you do it. But it is what it is. Yeah, but there's details. Man, listen, it is what it is. You have a system of legalized bribery. Full stop. Tolerated systemic bribery. So I was asking before I said that, would the representative of the American people, in which the majority of his district don't give a rat's ass about Israel, still support Israel without the money. Or the fear of the money that they have being used against them politically, legally, of course. Would they still support Israel? I'm going to give you some careful analysis. That's what I'm doing now. Analysis. So far, hold on. Let's go further down this rabbit hole. The type of people you elect are capable of harming you for dollars. Understand this. For dollars. They go there, some of them ain't made $100,000 in 1 year in their life. And within 2 to 3 years, they millionaires. Where are they getting their money from? Speaking engagements? You corrupt. They corrupt. But see, here's the problem. This corruption causes loss of life. Think about a man saying on the one side of his face, I understand that our bombs and bullets is killing women and children. And then his counselor walks in and say, yeah, but, boss, let me tell you something, how this really works. You need to sit down. There's an organization out there, 2 or 3, but one of the most powerful lobbying groups in America is AIPAC. For those of you who don't know, it stands for American Israelis Political Action Committee. It's a lobbying organization. Lobbying is the lobbyists get to go sit down face to face with your senator, with your congressman. You can't do it. He ain't gonna want to see you. Why won't he want to see you? Because you're nobody and you ain't got no damn money. I shit you not. He's your representative. Go try to see him. I dare you to do it. I dare you to do it. He gonna add, boy, anyway, I'm getting off the beaten path. So you have these corrupt individuals in a world that the white man has said money make a man. So, boy, y'all basic. So now, since money makes a man, God make real men, but money make they man. And you have a cadre of women who support this shit that money makes a man. Look where this bullshit lead. People don't even care where their husband or spouse or wife get the money from no more, as long as they get the goddamn money. And you want me to see innocence in you. And the same spouse or husband who is a receiver of the money from the husband or spouse who has a government, who is a congressman or a senator, would think of themselves as innocent. Of what? Man, so anyway, I got off the beaten path. You got corrupt individuals with a love and lust for money. The entire party apparatus is built on money. Money don't buy right. That's the one thing in America that money do not buy. Money does not buy right. Never did. Never have. Show me the transaction where, in light or dark, that money has paid for something good, something right. Now you will say, well, I get paychecks. Well, we're not talking about that. Because man, anyway, before I go in on you, don't do that. Don't do that. I've already been down that road, and I already got the words and the gun loaded. So don't do that. Stay out the radar. But here's the thing. They believe that they're going to get away with it. They believe that the system as it is the best we can do. It's the best one we got. While they sit their pompous asses in there, as they sit their pompous asses in there making policies, passing bills that affect everyone's life, and they never have to live by the very policies and the bills that they write, which they largely write for rich people and corporations. In fact, and indeed, sir, rich people and corporations control and run the government. Right now. But they represent you. Damn. Maybe that's why they tolerate all this here dual citizenship around here. Because they are of a dual nature themselves. They say they represent you, but you ain't got no money unless they can take it from you. Rich people got lots of money. Corporations got lots of money, and they don't have to take it from them because they bring them gifts. They bring them gifts. And I'm being nice. Then they vote what the money said. In this instance, the money is saying kill more men, women, and children in Palestine, in Gaza, in Rafah. That's what it's saying. Don't you feel, man, I would feel sticky if you better hope I don't win. Cause we gonna clean Congress. I'm coming there on a Sunday with pine sol and bleach and disinfectant and a Bible when you ain't there. And we running all that shit up out of there. You're going to return Monday morning to a strange place. It ain't going to feel the same. These halls have been cleansed. We brought in our own janitors. And they was packing Bibles in buckets. So, as a black man, you have to look at this shit from several different perspectives. As a black man born and raised on the other side of the tracks, where we went hungry every now and then, had some dysfunction in our lives. Our lights was turned off every now and then. Sometimes we didn't have no gas. Hell, I didn't even know whether they would turn off your water. I mean, damn, that's raw. They would take what you need to survive if you don't have $1. That they can't even create. God created water for everybody for free. Now, if you don't have it gangster style, if you don't have my money, nigga, I'm going to turn off your source of life. You guys are weird, but it's okay. It's okay, because that ain't what we're here for today. So, you live in a society that's corrupt at the belly button, okay? It's corrupt at the belly button. One big-ass, cancer-ridden-ass belly button. They keep it sick all the time. It has the power to deny treatment. The rest of the body is doing everything it can to say, hey, something's wrong. Tell the fingers to stop doing that. Send a signal to the brain. But the brain sends us signals. I know, but we're going to have to redo some reverse engineering. We're going to have to send the brain signals and tell it to stop doing this. Tell the fingers to stop hitting buttons. Quit writing stuff. Stop thinking. Because everything that everything that you're doing right now seal your end. It seals your end. You know what a seal is? A seal means nothing gets in and nothing gets out. You're sealing your end. You're painting yourself into your own corner and your own box with nowhere to go except back in the corner and keep pushing into more death, more hatred, more violence. With the United States as an accomplice. Man, we led by war criminals. We are led by war criminals. Period. By international law. The Congress and the Senate is no different at this point than the Knesset in Israel in terms of ideology. Which the ideology is basic. Let's kill more Palestinians. It's real basic. We need not think further than that. We're going to kill more of them. We already know we are. So let's try to make up excuses and reasons and take maneuvers to continue with the objective, which is to kill more Palestinians. Can't nobody call it nothing else at this point, and no one is but the United States and Israel. Even the Germans are saying, if you step his ass over here, he already knows what's going to happen to him. He's going to think it's the Holocaust on a personal level. He's going to think it's the Holocaust on a personal level if he steps his ass here. So now, officially, you have criminals in charge of Israel. And they're saying, well, we ain't going to listen to the ICJ. And damn the warrants. Okay. Listen, baby, your day's numbered. See, now, shit's going to get serious. Things are going to get serious now. Your days are numbered. So over the next few days, I will be pondering how we're going to deal with your ass on a, shall we say, spiritual level. So baby, shit's going to get personal. We're going to start out this morning by saying, EFF, your God. EFF, what you believe. EFF, what your people believe. That gutter ass a gutter God for a gutter religion that allows the continuous murder of babies and women. Now that ain't a man, listen here. Whatever would you tell us what God you believe in, because we will be killing him soon. We will be killing him soon. We don't give a damn about the Wailing Wall. We don't give a damn about the Wailing Wall. We don't give a damn about what you call temples. See? When shit's wrong, shit's wrong. And this is beyond sin at this point. At this point. So we will be dealing with you and yours. See, this is what happens, rest of the world. Pay attention. Pay attention. This, oh boy. See, I don't want to paint the entire people of Israel. But most of you, and you know it, whatever happens, you got this shit coming. See, y'all don't know, but 80% of the people who live in Israel support the murder. 80%. The rest of the world is sending food aid while the Israeli population destroys it, burns it, spills it on the ground. While in the West Bank, the other Palestine, the settlers, more citizens, settlers, using a term like settler in 1924. I mean in 2024, settler. In 2024, people, they've been settling shit on somebody else's land for hundreds of years. That's what settler means. I'm going to go to a land, pitch a stake, and I'm going to call it mine. And we going to, man, listen here. Settlers, Jewish people, white people are beating the crap and taking land from Palestinians while talking crap at the same time, with members of the government giving them guns, and the logistical intelligence as to when the trucks are coming, what's on the trucks, where the trucks are going. This is going on right now. And the world watches as if it's helpless. Well, Bibi should understand something. We're not helpless. You understand that? We're not helpless. You know, you succeed at what you're doing. See, I don't like that word. You stupid. You have no more value on the chessboard than like a bishop. You do play chess, right? You're like a bishop, almost sacrificial, able to move in only one direction or the other at an angle. You can only move as you are allowed to move. You are hemmed in by the rules of the bishop. What I'm trying to say is, all things come together for the advancement of God's word, his plan. You, sir, are caught up in it. You are caught up in it. There is no way in hell you're going to get out of this. No way. Now, what the ICJ should do is take the next step. Start to sanction the countries who support Israel, and then sanction Israel. The UN should start to sanction Israel. Whatever they were getting from the rest of the world, they no longer get from the rest of the world, unless it's the United States, the other Israel, greater Israel, the United States, pan-Israel. So these people really believe that in one way or the other, I guess that made them mad, that they're going to outrun this. You can, man, I'm just exasperated. I'm exasperated. But you have to understand something. You ain't on the same field anymore. There's something here with you, more powerful than you. That's what you have to understand at this point. Even the people of power, BB. Even the people of power. Don't think that you lie outside our reach. Don't think you lie outside of God's reach. Okay, BB? Right now, you serve a purpose. You understand that, right? Right now, you live because you serve a purpose advantageous to God's plan. But the next phase of the plan, BB, I've looked through the documents and there's no mention of you. That means you're not there. Make of that what you will. But you won't be there. Let me stress this again. You do these things for a reason. It ain't because you're powerful. It ain't because you can't be stopped. It ain't because of your money. It ain't because of your Jewish heritage, your culture. What you don't want in is rich, alluring history. Only parts of it. You're not beyond us, man. So we shall be pondering our way about you. ICJ, do what you do. Trust me, you got God at your back. You got God at your back. These are scoundrels, vagabonds, worse than vagrants, worse than criminals. They, listen, how can you, listen, you can commit criminal actions on this planet as long as you have certain labels, like politician and president and premier. Then they're not to be misconstrued as criminal actions, but leadership. So we're going to wrap this one here up this here way. The idea on God's rock, on this prison, that things haven't changed is a little bit idiotic. Keep playing that game until your own detriment. Number two, the idea that you're going to continue with the confiscation of other people's lands, resources, by any and all means necessary, that's going to end too, sooner than you think. Sooner than you think. See, they all, man, these people are nuts. Listen, they have they have spiritual gurus. They have their spiritual gurus going back hundreds of years. They knew that we were coming, going back hundreds of years. And look how we show up. First they try to stop us, then they realize that they can't. They don't try to change anything to make it look like it's halfway right, that they even trying. And now then they offer resistance. Now they offering ignorance. We are just gonna keep going as though it's business as usual, for there is nothing else for us to do. I believe you. I believe you. It's childlike in nature, immature, but I believe that's how you feel. That's what your actions intone. That's what your actions would intone. Either that or, man, it's a cry for help. As if I am so taken over by the devious one that I can't help myself. You have to help me. It could be that. All I know is the days of you to go on throughout the world doing whatever you want, killing whoever you want, dictating your will on God's planet is over. Now, you're going through the final motions now, so finish killing each other. I'm not talking about the Palestinian Israeli thing. I'm talking about the people with the big guns, with big aspirations. I'm talking about them. This will be the time. You too will be helping us out. The idea here is to get you off the planet. You do understand that, right? The final objective is to remove you like that cancer of in the belly button of the body I was speaking of earlier, from said body. You the cancer. And while we figure out how to remove your ass without necessarily taking the life of the patient, you have fun. But ladies and gentlemen, understand this. Your government is corrupt from top to bottom. Your government is in the control of devils. I mean that just as it sounded. It's in control, in full control of devils. Every member of Congress has a membership in some organization, 98%, that worship other gods. Right now as I speak, especially black ones, damn near all of them, damn near all your black leaders worship another god. On God's rock, what he created. And all they gods dead. When they dead, you know how you know when they dead? When they call them legend. Put them into mythology. They dead. And yet they worship them. Dead. Well, we don't worship a dead God. By no means. We are too good for that. The dead God may worship us. But we will not be worshiping anything that is pronounced dead. But they will. So they march in lockstep with whatever the devil wants. And right now, what the devil wants is a lot of people dead. A lot of people that he sees as a future threat. He sees the Palestinians as a future threat to the existence of Israel. Not just on a military level, on a spiritual level. In his mind, he thinks that God would use the Palestinians against him, giving him a hedge militarily, so to speak, right next door to what God himself calls a synagogue of Satan. This is why Mr. Beebe does what he does. He talks to, and the man is as crazy as Hitler, if Hitler was crazy. Let me ask you something, and then I'm because I'm finna sound very, very anti-Semitic right now. Okay? But I don't mean to be. I don't mean to be. Let me ask a hypothetical question. Let's engage in a game of what if. Something I don't never do. But we're going to do it this morning. We're going to engage in the game of what if. Something that man needs to quit creating for himself. What if Adolf Hitler during World War II had succeeded in his objective of cleansing Europe of every person deemed a Jew? What if he had succeeded at that? Now, here's how you should think about it. Here is the formula. You have to look at that time of World War II and what's going on in 2024 vis-a-vis them people that he tried to rid Europe of, if not the world. Because if you analyze it from there, do I really have to finish this statement? Because that's what YouTube or something. That's anti-Semitic. Strike him, warn him, YouTube prison. Do I have to finish this statement? See, I could finish it in a whole nother way in your minds, but I think you're smart enough to do it yourself. Now, all of us are anti-Semitic. If we do the what-ifs using simple math. Now, I don't say that to besmirch the Jews. I say that to say this. Man, America, lives in a series of what-ifs. It would be different but for that. If we had did this at that moment, but we done that. They just refuse to engage in it, analyze it, so they can make it a different type of decision, a better decision later. They refuse to do it. So they always right. Even when they wrong, they right. So understand it. Here's what we know. We know that Israel has personally, no, Bibi has personally threatened one, one of the prosecutors with arrest or either death, I would presume, if he leaves his country. This is what he said to the prosecutor publicly. Now that's arrogance. You know, I mean, goodness gracious, that's almost a godlike quality. Baby, we're going to get you. That's too close. That's too close to real power. So now we got to get you. Now we got to get you. That's too godlike. We're going to get you, boy. But with the accomplices, living in America, taking money from the compatriots of foreign nationals of a foreign nation to coerce, at the very least, and outright bribe your representatives to doing what that foreign nation wants them to do. So I ask you one more time. Who do they represent in this representative country that you finna go vote for in November? To vote in some more people who not gonna represent you either. They're gonna represent corporations, foreign nations, and corporate lobbyists Whoever got some money, pharmaceuticals, the chicken industry, the oil industry, whoever got some money, and they don't care where that money came from. They're not very moral about this here. I mean, it's just give me the money. Give me the money and tell me what you want me to say. I'm not here to conversate with you. Give me the envelope and tell me what you want me to say before you piss me off, because I gotta go. Thank you. I might talk to you later. Bye. It's sort of like that. Even in Houston, man, I'm done. I'm done. I've been with you this morning too long. I'm running you into 9 o'clock, which is not my intent. I'm running you into 9. So people understand something. I promise. This last thing I'm gonna say. Negro. All of this is connected to you. All of it. Every move made by them and the heavens and the devil and the spirit world is connected to you. You are that cog in the middle of the rim that hold all of the spokes. You get what I'm saying? You are the cog in the middle that hold all of the spokes. It is all connected to the same wheel. You, by your very presence, make this wheel turn. The only thing that you don't have control of is how it turns. Enjoy the rest of your morning.